Hi. What? Okay. Yo! Let's try this again. And let's just move with it. Let go. So back in summer, I wanted to create a food cart that was gonna give people food that followed the mucusless diet healing system, which I believe to be the premium and only true way that I've found to actually heal through eating. Everything else, vegan, vegetarian, keto, they have their limitations on how much they can heal you, and you will always die on that diet. This work, which is amazing, has incredible theoretical potential that is only now being lived out by the modern day practitioners. You have the top G, the top guy, Brother Air, who, from what I last heard in the past couple months, just finished a 40-day dry fast, so 40 days of no food and water. And prior to that, he has done year-long, like 1 year long juice fast, only juice. And it's not like he's juice feasting every day. From what I hear, he'll take a shot cup and just drink however much he needs to keep himself stimulated, if that's what he desires. And within that year, he will also do dry fasting days as well. In one instance, he did 28 days consecutively, but you know, he might do a day here, then drink juice for 2 or 3 days. But he's been practicing this system for 40-ish years now. I am going on basically a year intensely and 2 years very, very casually. So with this food cart, I wanted to give people this system. What I've been finding is that this, just like meditation and spirituality, genuinely helps you. So underrated. So underrated. But there were so many issues that came with the food cart. One, it was a startup cost. Two, it was where I live. I'm not gonna turn on the camera, but it's just gray, poopy skies outside. Who's gonna wanna go outside and get a salad in that? No, they want something warm. They're probably gonna want some meat, some bread, this, that, and the fourth, stuff I'm not willing to give. And so, as time progressed and I kept transitioning through the transition diet, which is really where the rubber meets the road in this system, my body has become more refined. I have become more cleaned. My blood has become more clean. The blood that nourishes every part of my body, my brain, the thinking center, has become more clean, which means I'm going to have more refined thought with more clarity on what I actually want for my future. Hence, I have been devoting the past month to explain and expound on this book. It is not going to be a rewriting of the book. I'm not just going to regurgitate what he says. But I find that I had a lot of questions after I finished this book. It was a blessing because it got me involved with the community. It was a blessing because it showed me, it just taught me so much. Questions teach us. You'll eventually find the answer. But I don't want people to experience that, because from what I've found from sharing this is that people just want to be told what to do. They don't want to have questions. They just want to know what to do. Hence why veganism, vegetarianism, keto is so huge, because it's not an intricate system with principles and guidelines. It's just eat this, don't eat that. Very simple. You have to be able to think for yourself in this. And so if you don't have all of the answers that you need to comfortably think for yourself and navigate yourself through that system, you're more likely to give it up, because you can just lean back onto something that you know, which is not caring about what you eat and not caring about the effects of that. But if you actually want to grasp your health and take control of your health and understand what is going on when you experience cold and flu-like symptoms, and what actually is going on when you don't feel so good in the day, and this, that, and the fourth. When it comes to healing, you need this. One thing is this book is giving me so much that in my work, I will make sure that the source material is heavily referenced, and I heavily push you to this if you don't feel comfortable with reading the work that I'm going to produce. This has been like a year in the making now that I think about it, but it's been really coming into physical manifestation in the past month or so. And I really like it. It's teaching me so much more of this than I ever thought possible. So if it keeps going, this is probably gonna be the first actual physical piece of work I will be able to give. And I'm gonna do my best to make it as accessible as possible, while still respecting that this is a way that I actually wanna make money. And I need to not feel bad about charging for that, because if people like me, if people support me, if people wanna take charge of their health, there's going to be some investment. I have gifted this book to many of people, and besides my girlfriend, who knows that I need someone who's practicing this to be with them, everyone else has really not practiced the system in any way, shape, or form. They try to mix it with other people's healing systems, which doesn't work. I myself have tried, it simply doesn't work. Usually because the other systems have some fallacies, have some things that they're doing wrong when it comes to the healing, and so you can't mix a wrong and a right and get it right. You need to stick with what works. Plus their methods are just completely different from this. And so I keep pushing this because, get this is really, really good for you. And if not, I can teach it for you. But that's where I still don't feel comfortable, is letting myself out there, because even right now in my transition, I am truly learning how to slow it down. In the summer, when I was wanting to create the food cart, the thing that sprouted that was I was now making dressings for my salad, very customized, very delicious dressings. And this was because I started to have horrible chip cravings. And what I realized is I was very into the spices used in said chips. And so these dressings were ways for me to still get that spice high, but I would eat very fibrous, intestinal broom-like meals, which were my salads, that were actually still giving me that spice high, but in a much, much cleaner way, while brooming out all the debris in my digestive tract that I put there through the chip binges that I was experiencing. And I would, go on 2-day fast, 3-day fast, and I wasn't breaking them because it felt right. I was breaking them because I was starting to lose control, and I was starting to crave very dangerous foods. Where I went wrong is I wasn't actually practicing how to transition myself into that very, very gracefully. So it's just like a gentle landing. Boom, there we go. And now I can experience this absolutely wonderful fast, and then boom, take myself back into the eating world. It's more like, boom, okay, that was kind of rough, we're gonna ride this, okay, we're back up here, and it was very fun. And so that's where I'm at right now. And I'm playing around with baking a little bit more. I've been finding better substitutes for certain desires. I've discovered a pizza that leaves behind an extremely little amount of waste after your body is done metabolizing and digesting it. Whereas if you were to get any type of vegan pizza, which, plant-based pizza, you're essentially eating sticky starch with gluey plastic cheese that isn't cheese. I don't even know what most of it is now. So that's a very, very good step in the right direction. So, figuring that type of stuff out, so when I do decide to open myself up to people, I can do my best. And I need to understand that I won't be able to help the most extreme cases right now. I can get myself to the point where I can help people in the most extreme cases right now, but I have the confidence that I could take any person, any average person from the street that, you know, people would look at and be like, oh, they're healthy. They might be a little bit overweight or they might be a little bit too skinny, but I feel like I could genuinely fix them. So I gotta put in the work though, because I don't wanna make anyone's first interaction with this system be one that makes them not want to actually do it. Because at that point, it's a convincing game. And I don't like to play that. I don't like to play that game. You either want to be a part of this or you don't. And if you want to be a part of it, I am your guy. I am your source for help. But I need to make sure that I am good on my stuff. And I need to make sure that I know how to transition people safely. Because one of my goals really is like when my parents do eventually get sick, do eventually get to that point where it's like, I think I have to go to the hospital for this work. And I think going to the hospital is gonna be a consistent thing until I die. I wanna make sure that they know they have another option. They know that they don't have to take the pills. They don't have to do the expensive procedures. They don't have to lose limbs if that's what it comes to, or go under surgery at all. They know that there is another path, one that simply involves fruits, leafy green vegetables, and some transitioning, right? And so I'm hoping I have the time. I'm working diligently, but that's my ultimate goal, really. And the collateral of that is I'm learning enough to where I don't want to keep it to myself. I want to share this, and I need to make sure that I keep that vision straight. It's also for me a ways of opening up the potential for financial freedom. I've been in situations, so many situations where so much stress could be alleviated by just having more money. And that has happened so many times recently to where it's like, I have to put in the work. I have to create some type of way for this money to enter my life. Because working for someone, having the employee mindset of, oh, I'm just gonna sit here forever, isn't that. It's not that for me. I don't want that. I don't want that. I don't want that. I've had my creativity silenced. I've had my personality hushed. I've had too many negative experiences with that to live with that. And I understand that I can fail 100 times, but if I succeed once, that's it. That's it. I'm out. I'm home free, baby. With that, yeah, that's what's going on. That's what Gene's been up to. And I love you. And I will see you soon. Peace.